vibe. Squeeze me tight, girl, now leave me side. Nah, you're really nice, I wanna feel you. Read between the lines. Music up here, you feel me wine. The way you wine it on me, and then under the style, then you please be mine. You make the place get hot, get hot, get hot. I be a sweater drip, sweater drip, sweater drip, sweater drip. Baby, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Just continue wine on me, on me. What is speed then? Hey! I me say me up in me like how your skin clean, girl. I can see it and you're ready for the beach fast. So run, go home, go put on your two-piece and I will pick you up in a me beach shorts. Let's go chill on the beach. It's that time of the year. I me say later, after the beach, we gon' party like we don't care. Right now I'm chillin', 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 chillin'. Right now I'm willin'. I'm big as spend off mission it. Hey, because me boys will bring it.
All right. So that was another band rewind performance. Devin the Doctor, backed by the Rough Cut Band. June is recognized as Caribbean American Heritage Month across the United States in recognition of the Caribbean people's contribution to the culture and economy. And zooming in is Dr. Claire Nelson. She's founder of the Institute of Caribbean Studies, I think based in Washington, as well as the founder of the White House Champion of Change. And she's one of Forbes' top 50 female futurists. Hi, Doc. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Morning, welcome.
Oh, good morning. Am I smiling? Are you seeing me like Smile Jamaica?
You are smiling. You're speaking with Delia and Neville. Great to have you with us this morning.
Good to be here.
Why did you feel back then that you wanted to start the Institute of Caribbean Studies?
Wow, I was in my 30s. I was irritated. It was the Reagan-Contra era. They were having all these pundits and pandits talking on TV about the Caribbean. None of them looked like us. I was at the IDB. I felt I could change the world. What can I say? Myself and a couple of guys, yes, I was the only one in the room, got together and had this meeting. And they said, go ahead, Claire, go for it. We're behind you.
Yeah.
So.
And the thought back then, you sought to do what?
Well, I worked at the Inter-American Development Bank, so my idea was that we as the diaspora should be engaged in making foreign policy the way Jews do in Israel. And so we had to have an organization, an organized voice. And so the point was to get organized so we could have a voice, have an advocacy group, the way the Jewish people do. That was the idea.
Yeah. Do you feel it's very important, Doc, for us to recognize the contribution of Caribbean Americans to the development of the United States?
Yes, because I mean, especially at the time, all the talk about immigrants and immigration, the sense that immigrants that look like me are here to become welfare queens, not recognizing that we have contributed to the fabric of American society. So we take John Rostrom, for example, the first black person to start a newspaper. In the 1800s, that's somebody who immigrated from Jamaica, and the list goes on. Not to mention the fact there's been this intrinsic link in the West Indies as part of the British Empire, with slave trade from South Carolina, the shipbuilding industry in Rhode Island and Connecticut, built on the backs of the slave trade happening in Antigua, Jamaica, Barbados. So, I mean, there's a long history of exploitation in some ways, as well as immigration that have changed the face of America.
Yep. Our shared history, our shared future. It's a different time now. Dr. Nelson, how are you going to do all of this? I know it's virtual, but how are you going to manage all of this in this, as I said, very difficult time?
Oh, in this matrix, well, last year we had a major pivot because usually in June, this week is Caribbean American Legislative Week. And normally we're on the Hill, which is on Capitol Hill in Congress, the House of Congress, walking up and down. And normally in those moments, I feel a sense of, oh my God, I can't believe a little girl from Harborview, Jamaica, trouncing up and down, poking my head in Congress people's office, trying to get attention to our bill. Last year we went all virtual, 30 days. This year we've been all virtual. So this week is Legislative Week. Today we're talking about education and health. Yesterday we did diplomacy and security, some tough things, talking about human trafficking yesterday, corruption in the Caribbean region. Today we're looking at education and health exchanges. And we have been blessed in 2016 by a new law, Public Law 114291, that says the U.S. State Department must have a strategic agenda presented to Congress every 3 years, and they should consult with the diaspora. So, hey, we're being blessed with that as a new tool that allows us to bring together people to advocate on our own behalf.
Yeah, June is a significant month for it's Caribbean American Heritage Month. It's also Juneteenth. What's the significance? Yeah, how significant do you see that this happens in the month of June, which is also the month in which we recognize that kind of emancipatory movement of enslaved people?
Let me talk about, you ever hear about cosmological, mathematically sound equation? It's like God just opened the whole month of June. First of all, my darlings, June 5th is Environment Day, June 8th is World Ocean Day, and guess what? This year, me decided to declare June 7th World Island Day. Well, I'm telling the whole world now, and I was blessed by the Minister of Environment in Jamaica, Pernell Charles, who participated in it. So now I'm going to tell Bakra, say, it's Pernell Charles Jr. said it's World Island Day. Always me says so. So Juneteenth also is another reason why I'm so excited that we cosmologically chose, in divine order, chose June way back then to call that the month where we would declare it Caribbean American Heritage Month.
Different president of the United States. Are things going to be different for Caribbean people because of that?
Well, you know, it's up to us. The democracy works in this way. We did it with George Bush. We did it with Obama. We did it with Trump. We had a proclamation every year with Trump. And now we were on tenterhooks with Biden. Finally, at 3 p.m., we were so mad. At 3 p.m., the proclamation came out. So it's that constant emailing, hoping, please, you know, I know you don't know who we are yet, but we are the people who so and so and so. And the bill came out. So, and proclamation came out. I like to say we're not yet part of the fabric of America because there's no hallmark card. You know, everything is commercialized in America.
Yes.
But my point is that at least for the last 16 years, we have had it done. And we're hoping that with the Vice President of Caribbean Heritage, I'm calling her out, that we would even get a better treatment than we got under the Obama administration.
That was going to be my next question. I think a lot of Caribbean people, you know, hopes are raised because Kamala Harris is in the White House. Too much of an expectation? Are we asking too much?
I think you're asking too much. Let me tell you why. Because if we're not organized in a particular way in America, you don't get heard. I've been telling people, please stop calling me. Why don't you call the White House? Because if you call the White House, then maybe they'll listen to my email when I say, hey, you know, people are upset. Are we going to have a town hall? Now, I know that there are other groups that she does have town hall calls with because I've been on some of those calls. So my point is, how is it that the Caribbean people don't have their own town hall? So there's a lot of mumbling and grumbling, but I hope, again, this is a wake-up call to understand that he who grumbles the most gets the worm. Is there a verb like that, a proverb? To make up one. All right.
I don't know if it's a worm you're going to get, but you're going to get something. Yes, keep going.
Yeah, we get something. I said, the one, if it throws stone in a hog mouth to him who ball out, anyway, one of those ones. We have to create a more appropriate one, I think, for more political.
Doctor got to give you a Proverbs lesson.
A Proverbs lesson for this one, because we really need one for this thing.
It's great to meet you, ma'am. I congratulate you for all you've done and continue to do.
Mr. Mays, wait, Neville. How many great? I know the first time I see me, Mr. Neville. No, Daily Prince says great to meet you. I'm going to call you out. You have water upon your brain, Mr. Neville. You have water upon your brain.
Good to see you. Good to see you. And as I said, continue to do the fantastic work that you're doing. Look after yourself. God bless you. Stay safe.
Yeah, thank you for here.
Yeah, man. Dr. Claire Nelson, founder of the Institute of the Caribbean Studies in Washington, D.C., founder of a White House Champion of Change and Forbes Top 50 Female Futurist.
Yes. Of course, we have our Institute of Caribbean Studies here at UMONA. Still to come, we take divine rights off the shelf. But first, here's News in 5.